cool. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about something I call the third world squat. Now, this is a stretch, this is an exercise, it can be considered both, that you're gonna see, well, I'm not gonna say everybody, most coaches won't teach you an exercise like this, but the really good ones who know about human movement and how to combine traditional strength and power training and putting it with human movement stuff, they're gonna teach you this exercise, because the third world squat is one of the most basic positions of rest that you should be able to get into. And the reason why I call it the third world squat is because if you go to third world countries, like when we were in the Marines, right, back in the early 2000s, and we got deployed to Iraq, you know, I remember there was one time we were in the middle, we were doing a raid, we were looking for a couple bad guys, so we had to round up like 3,000 people. And I remember, you know, because I was one of the only people who could speak Arabic back then, don't ask me how I learned. They brought me in and I told everybody to sit down, and they literally went down and held a squat, no shit, for 6 hours. 6 hours. Some of you guys, I tell you to do this exercise right now, you won't be able to hold it for 6 seconds. They did it for 6 hours. Why do I say that? Because this is an actual position you should be able to do very pain-free. However, because of the I'm gonna say the Eastern lifestyle, wherever the fuck we are, right? You can't even tell anymore. Because of our lifestyle, we lose the mobility at a very early age to hold this position, and that's one of the reasons why we have like joint pain, back pain, tight hamstrings, mobility issues, torn ACLs, all that stuff, right? So any coach that's worth their salt is gonna understand how good this exercise is and why you wanna do that. But like I said, we can go over the benefits in another video. We're just gonna talk about the actual how-tos right now. For most people, I'm gonna tell you, the first problem you're gonna have is most people, and ladies, this will probably be you more so than the guys, because you guys, if you wear a lot of high heels, you'll notice that your calves and your Achilles tendon is a little more shortened and it's tighter than what it should be. So you'll need some kind of wedge to stand on, all right? And what that does, it takes away the lack of ankle mobility you have, which has caused you to move around differently. But we're gonna use a set of slant boards or wedges, or we use two models. We use either the slant boards from Goda or the WEC steps from David Wecker, the WEC method. They're both phenomenal tools. That's like saying what's the difference between a pear and an apple. It's pretty much the same fucking thing as far as I'm concerned, right? But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep my feet in the wedges, and what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna go down to as deep of a squatting position I can do as safely as possible. Now, I'm just gonna tell you, yes, if you have any kind of compensation to your knee or a torn ACL or anything like that, you should always check with your physician first for trying an exercise like this. Blah, 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 blah. Great. Yes, you should check with them. That's not the point of this video. So, assuming you can do a squat, right? You're gonna come all the way down. And what you're gonna do, the wedges are just gonna take out some of the lack of mobility you may have in your ankles. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get down to this like gorilla position, right? Now, I like these wedges because I can grab onto something and give myself a little bit of balance. And all I'm gonna do, zero toe tension. You can see how my toes are very light. I'm light on my heels, I'm on the outside rail of my foot. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to keep my back as straight as possible, right? Toes are slightly tilted in. And I'm just gonna hold this position. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever I can get into. Give myself a chance to settle in, right? And like I said, for the sake of speed on the video, we're not gonna hold it too long, right? I'm trying to keep my chest up, right? I'm just giving myself a chance to relax into the exercise, right? And then when I'm done, you safely come up. Notice how my knees are bowing out. And I'm up and I'm out, right? So, what it does, the wedges put your ankles at different pitches and positions to take out the lack of mobility, right? So this particular way right here, what it does, it keeps the inside ankle bone high. So this little tip, right, that we have in our ankle bone, a lot of you guys think you're flat-footed. That's because the ability to support your arch of your foot is shit, right? And you end up collapsing down like this. So when you do your squats, you'll notice you squat like this, or you climb stairs like this, or just whenever you sit down, your friggin' knees hurt. What this is gonna do, these are gonna start teaching you how to keep that inside ankle bone high so you can start shifting all that pressure back to where it should be, right? Now, let's say you don't have a set of wedges where you can do that, right? You can go flat-footed on the ground, right? However, you're gonna need a stable pole. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not a stable pole. However, I have a great squat for somebody my size, right? And I'm gonna be able to do this without having to rely too much on the safety and stability of what this can hold up for me. So I would usually find, like if you're at the gym, grab the side of a squat rack, grab something that's angled down so you're not gonna move, right? But what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna do without the wedges. Susie, can you grab the side view? I'm gonna be right here, right? And hopefully I don't die on this one, right? I'm just gonna roll these up so you can see the angle of my legs more, right? Now, I don't have the assistance of wedges, right? So, but now what I can do is I can sit back a little more with the angle to get to the point where I can just pop down into the squatting position, right? And I have the pole to kind of help me out. And I can just hang out here. And then what I do is I pull myself slightly forward, start increasing the angle and the stretch on the back of my Achilles tendon, right? And I'm just hanging out, letting everything open up. I like to bounce up and down slightly, right? Trying to feel the bounce at the back of my glutes, down my quads, on my inner thighs, and I'm just gonna hang out for here. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever it is for it. I'm gonna make sure I don't slack off and go down. I'm gonna try to keep my back straight. And I'm just gonna give myself a chance to get into this position to eventually where I can hold on to it, right? Without being in it. And then I'm slowly up and I'm out, right? So you don't need wedges for this. You would just need something to hold on to change your angle. Now, if all you have is a single wedge, right? Some of you guys do squats on wedges. You're taking the ankle mobility out, right? So now, by taking out my ankle mobility, that's what the wedge does. Now it's easier for me to get down to this position and hold it. So for some of you guys that are having a hard time with this exercise, this variation right here in front of a pole might be the best way to help you out, to at least initially get into it, right? And I can just hold this position from here, right? This is a position of rest, or at least it's supposed to be, the way we're designed to move, right? Those are third world squats. So now, are you gonna try to squat like that with a barbell on your back? I do. I don't think you should, but you can. I'm more of a depth versus weight kind of person. That's just my own personal beliefs. Some of you guys would say I'm wrong. Okay, that's great. But that's the way I do it. Now, like I said, I'm not saying to do that. What I would do if I were you, I would get maybe a kettlebell or a dumbbell, hold it in front of you like this, and do your goblet squats down and back up and really work on activating the hips and the knees and get everything firing the right way. You'll get more, I don't know if you can see it right now, it's probably too far away. The guys upstairs are working out. We had him do wedges. He can squat 400 pounds, pro baseball player. And without the wedges, with a bar, he could do 400 pounds. We put him on the wedges today. He couldn't even do 135 pounds. Why? Because he was taking all of his squat tension right here. And Susie will tell you, we were shooting the last video and he asked us, Jay, am I supposed to feel this on the outside of my legs? He says, I can't do this. I'm like, yes, you're supposed to feel it on the outside of your legs. So the slant bars are a phenomenal tool for not only increasing your mobility, but also getting your leg exercise to start firing the right muscles again. So you start getting the development and the progress you were looking for the whole time, all right? Guys, that is the third world squat. Hopefully that helped you out. Take it, put it in your toolbox. I would definitely work on it as far as one of your warm-up exercises, especially on a day where you're gonna be doing legs, leg extension, leg curl squats, deadlift, lunges, step-ups, any of that stuff. It's a phenomenal exercise for opening up the fascia in your body to where you can be able to go, and from any point you want, drop down to a squat and hold it comfortably right from here, up and down, all right? If you can't do that kind of a motion with just your body weight, you should work on that first before you do any kind of weight. It's gonna save yourself so much back pain later on, all right? But like always, if you have any questions on that, leave me a comment in the comment section below, or reach out to me some way, shape, or form, depending what platform you're seeing this video on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. And like I said, if you have a question, you reach out to us, either myself or one of my coaches, to get back a hold of you, find out where the roadblock is, where you might not be having the dots connect on this exercise, and we'll show you some tips that kind of help you get moving forward on it again. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for stopping by. See you in the next one.